Hello, blog followers. I brought you a surprise again.
Hi!
I just want to take a second to say that Karina Sumner-Smith just favorited my tweet. I love her.
Yes.
So, Jory and I are doing a writing weekend, which we do sometimes.
Yes.
And I've been in sort of a rut, as you know, because I blogged about how I had brain fog and I couldn't make words at all. And so I decided that I was going to be stubborn. And I figured out the problem was I was only drinking enough coffee to stay awake. Whereas for me, I need to drink enough coffee to make me absolutely batshit crazy for the words to work. So today I braved through it, and I've just been drinking down the caffeine, and it worked. So what we've been doing is starting at, I think about, was it 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, we started doing word sprints on the hour, every hour for 30 minutes, and just stopped just now at 12:30. So 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and midnight. 7 writing sprints tonight, and
That's a lot.
how many words did you make?
Total for today?
Yeah.
Over 7,000.
Over 7,000?!
Yeah.
I totally went there.
Dragon Ball Z!
Yeah.
I get it, durr. I was Goku last year at ACEN. I should know this.
Yeah.
Reference. I'm an idiot.
It's okay. Sable's licking her toes. No big deal.
No big deal.
I managed to log in 10,681. So the writerness was strong this evening, and we've accomplished quite a bit. What is that?
That's ASL for yes.
Oh, I thought she was knocking on wood, and I had no idea what she was doing.
No, it means yes.
Yeah. So
That means no.
some shit went down in my story. It got dark and insane and crazy, and I killed off another character. So
Boo hiss.
Boo hiss. Jory has no idea what's happening in this story.
No, I don't.
She hasn't even finished the first one.
I'm a slow reader, okay? And I like to leave a lot of comments, and I like to make sure I'm reading it correctly.
Well, the problem is she's divided between wanting to write her story and read mine, and it's hard, I understand.
The struggle is very real.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. Well, and also this week hasn't been the best week for me, but, well, don't have to talk about that. Yeah.
We all have rough weeks. You guys have seen some of mine.
Oh, my hair looks awesome.
That's okay.
I should have just got my hat on. I need to give my head a break.
Well, where is your hat? Put it back on.
It's right here.
Put it back on.
Okay.
I have a hat on. It's not fair.
I know, I was itching my head. Sorry, my head was itchy. Psoriasis
Apparently she didn't get the
sucks.
memo that we always wear hats in the video.
I have...
So Frankie finished her fanfiction, and now she's making fan art for it. But she'll be back on Malevolent soon. She kind of snipped at me today, and she's like, "Aren't you ever going to give me a day off?" And I was like, "No! We're writers. We don't get days off. They're all 17-hour days, and that's how it is." So,
Which isn't working.
what else? I feel like I got my groove back, so we're ready to...
Stella got her groove back! Even though her name's not Stella, it's Sam.
Speaking of Stella, though, Stella lives. I don't know if you guys remember me talking about Stella, but Stella is one of my writer friends who writes amazing, dark, sexy fan fiction about Naruto. And I hadn't heard from her since December 14th, and today is January 24th, I believe.
Technically 25th, since it's after midnight.
Technically the 25th. And I just heard from her yesterday, so it's just Stella lives. That's a good thing. The work in progress is at 27,000-ish words, so considering the fact that no one's even picked up book 1 yet, I'm proud of myself.
Yes. I'm catching up to you.
My
story's at just over 20,000.
But to be fair, she did start it back in like October, so
wait,
I still win.
No, not
Oh, is this a new story?
No. This is a different story.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so
No,
you still started it before mine. I still win. I started this one like this past week.
So did I.
Really?
Wait, when did I start smutting?
I want to say it was like 2-3 weeks ago. But still, it's kick-ass. High five, bro.
High five. No, the story that you're referring to from October is my coming out story that I wrote for NaNoWriMo.
That's right.
I failed at because it's not done yet. It won't be done for a while.
It's okay. Only noobs write in just November anyway.
True that. Well, technically I'm a noob, but whatever.
Yeah, true writers write all the time.
No, this story is more exciting, though.
Not to say that NaNoWriMo is bad.
Not to say that NaNoWriMo's
awesome.
bad.
But
the story that I was writing in November for NaNoWriMo is a memoir. It's my coming out story, which is, all fine and dandy, and I want it to be inspirational. But it got boring, and it was really sad. And I got this idea for my smut novel, and I was talking to Sam about it. She said, "Just write it." I'm like, "Okay." And then today, when I got here, I'm thinking this scene that I'm writing is really boring, so I started free writing in my journal, which I'll show you. It's very pretty.
Here, I'll put it up to camera.
It's very pretty.
See, very pretty.
I got it for Christmas from one of my buddies down downstate, and so I was rewriting. I'm like, okay, I got this, and I just went off like a friggin' cannon. It was great, and I'm actually having a lot of fun writing this story because, you know, it's like fantasy land and all this stuff, and it's fictional. It has its boring points, but I'm actually having a lot more fun with this story than I am with my coming out story. I'll get back to that one later. It's gonna get done, just not right now.
One must never ignore the muse.
Nope.
Especially not when your muse is Heike.
Or gayness.
Yeah, sometimes the muses are vicious. Sometimes the muses hold you at knife point and say, write this now. Like, right now, Heike wants girls, and it's annoying. I want it. Do that thing you do with the pen. What? Writing? Yes, that. Alright, I'm sorry. I was actually talking to her the other day. That's how you know you're getting a little bit too into it, I think. I'm a little crazy.
Yeah. That's why I love you, though.
But as I mentioned the other day, my first 25 pages are, and you're not allowed to say who it is on camera, so just so you know, because I'm trying to keep it on the DL.
Okay.
Alright. The agent that has my first 25 pages, I was talking to Heike about it the other day, and I was like, Heike, you better impress said agent. Like, do your thing. And she, like, looked at me like, are you fucking serious? Of course I'm gonna impress. Don't doubt me. And I was like, I'm sorry. Jeez. But yeah, I started talking to Heike like she's real. And I've been mourning the characters that I've killed as if they were real. Like, the struggle is real. I'm super depressed that I had to kill them off. Like, I don't seem depressed right now because I've had so much coffee that I don't... Either my heart is beating really fast or it's stopped completely. But yeah, so the characters that have died have made me super depressed. I actually woke up still heartbroken about it. Mm-hmm. That's how you know you're in deep.
Yeah, I watch Sam as I'm writing my stuff, and I just see her... Actually, after one of our sprints, she's like, I can't deal with this scene. She slams her computer shut and she shoves it and then she brings it back. She's like, I was like, heavy sigh.
My heart, it bleeds.
Like, oh. And then I'm like, I feel like I'm a bad person because I made my characters cry. Oh.
Yeah, hers are
there's
like...
this one, like, oh my god, I just killed another one. I'm like, Jesus.
Hers are like the happy, fluffy kind of crying. Like, this is cheesy and my feel-bads are hurt. Mine is like, my characters are going crazy and some of them are dying off screen.
Well, it's not necessarily super happy, fluffy crying in one particular area. One of my members, Jesus Christ. I'm getting my actual... I'm getting my job mixed up with what I'm doing on the side. Wow, that sounded bad too. Anyway.
A lot of innuendo in this house today.
Just a smidge. There's always a lot of innuendo when I'm over here.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Hey.
Yeah, what was it when we were sitting here and we were getting ready for the one sprint? You're like, it's time for sex. And I was like...
I was hoping you wouldn't mention that.
Too late.
I was starting to write the sex scene for my book, like the epic sex scene, and I just blurted out, it's time for sex, and I just sat there and I'm like, oh my god.
By the way, we have rules about smut scenes. I was editing that the first book, and I was like, I don't know if I should keep this smut scene or not. And one of my friends was like, the answer is always yes. And
rule number 1.
Joy was like,
rule number 1, never get rid of a smut scene.
And I was like, rule number 2, if you think you have enough smut, add one more scene. And she was like, yes! And I was like, brilliant! Yeah, so, yes. Never cut out the smut. People like it. That said, mine is never vulgar, so there.
Can't say the same about mine.
Well, yours is supposed to be that way.
This is true.
Mine is all about the plot.
About that plot. About that plot.
Oh man, we're ridiculous.
We're okay.
You know, I kind of like it like that. I'm gonna.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah.
No, I was actually really worried about Sam earlier because she wasn't her quote normal self end quote. She was too mellow. That's what I said. You're too mellow. This is causing concern. Actually, you tweeted it, and it's funny because we're sitting next to each other, and I'm replying to her tweet when I could just talk to her.
I can hear her phone vibrate when I tweet. I'm like, it's just me, ignore it.
Yep. I tweeted, bleep! I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it was just me, I tweeted.
Yeah. Or, sounds so bad.
I know. I love saying that. In fact, I tweeted it one time that I was like, oops, I tweeted.
Tee. Oh, I tweeted.
Alright.
I tweeted. Tweeted? What?
Twatted? What? No, Kathy Griffin actually has like a funny comedy skit where she calls it twatter.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I remember that one.
Twat's just a good word.
Twat is a good word.
I love that word.
I might have to use it in my book.
You can use it in your book, I can't use it in mine.
No.
I don't feel like the word twat belongs in my story.
No.
No, there's no, like, English insults going on around there. There is a lot of F-bombs. I do love the F-bomb.
I got some swearing. Actually, right now there's a lot.
Heike swears like a sailor.
Yeah, she does, and that's why I love her.
I know. We've had a lot of interesting discussions about my characters.
Yes.
I can't tell you guys too much because you just have to read it, but, like, there's always stuff in there worth discussing.
Ooh, hot.
Especially, like, in the differences between Heike and me, and even, like, in the way that they're written, and the things that you find, and I find a lot of times that people who read it will gloss over Mian's chapters and then go back and read it, like, why did I skip this?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it's really funny that people love Heike so much when she seems like such a bad person, and people hate Mian so much when she seems like such a nice person.
Yes.
But it is what it is. They're fun characters.
Can I say what I thought earlier, or do you want me to?
Yeah, you could say it as long as it's not a spoiler.
No, it's not a spoiler.
Yeah, no spoilers.
I don't think
Spoilers-
so. It's a very
spoilers are
general
bad.
statement.
Yeah.
Well, we were at the grocery store, and, we were talking about that whole...
That it's
You know.
weird that people think certain things about them.
Yeah, and I'm like, I think the readers that have read this don't like Mian so much is because that's them in everyday life. And then they look at Heike and they're like, that is who I aspire to be. She's a badass. She gives 0 fucks.
She's free.
She's free. And Mian is just like your everyday, Jane, I guess you could say. I don't know.
Yeah, Mian was
However
supposed to
she-
kind of be like the quiet woman hero, the typical
Yeah.
the typical mom who had to rise to
Mhm.
the occasion, and Heike is just like batshit crazy out
Mhm.
there.
And I was just joking. I go, I don't know if I want to be Heike or be on top of her, or both. That
Yeah,
would
she
be
totally says
desirable.
things like that. Jory thinks that Heike is going to turn all the straight girls gay. I don't
It
disagree.
could happen.
One of my characters, at least one of them, is going to turn all the straight girls gay. I have some pretty sweet characters.
It's awesome.
I mean, I'm not just saying that. Like, all of my side characters could have their own book. And I'm not even, like, opposed to it. I've thought about it. I'm like, what am I going to do when I finish, like, the trilogy? Like, do I go back and do, like, a prequel trilogy? Or do I go and do, like, each one of their separate stories? Because all of my side characters are so fun. Like, even the fucking waitress is fun.
I love her.
Her name's Tyria, and she's like,
She's so wonderful.
She starts off the book like a nervous trainee, like, I think I'm gonna die tonight.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
And by the end of it, she's just amazing at it, and she's like, you want another?
Like, she knows how to read people. She learns how to read
Yeah.
people and what their favorite beverages are and all that stuff. And
I really shouldn't just keep tooting my own horn, but I really fucking love my story, and I can't help it.
you should love your story.
I do.
It's your baby. I love my story.
Yes. Book 2 is complicated. It's dark and heavy, and I don't know if it's just because the words haven't been working or if I just need to walk away from it for a while, but it just does not feel quite as awesome yet. I'll get there. I know
You're just
it's fluff and
starting it,
polish.
though.
I know.
What did you put on Twitter today? Fluff and polish tomorrow?
Fluff and polish tomorrow. I'm gonna
Yep,
read through it
just-
and fluff and polish tomorrow.
Yep.
Because basically what I'm doing right now is just butchering out a plot and getting it down on paper.
What do you say?
Later
Just
I'll
right.
make it all gorgeous and prosy.
What do you say? You just say, just right.
Just write it.
Just write it.
Don't ever stop.
Don't ever stop. She has to tell me that all the time. So I'm just like, God, this sucks. And she's just like, just write. Okay.
Yeah, write it every
There you
day.
Whether it's writing in my journal or actually typing on my computer. This one here can, like, plot while she's, like, driving or it's away from the computer.
I keep telling everybody that like 90% of my work is done away from the screen.
Mm-hmm. Same with me, but I have to write it down or else I'll forget. That's just how my brain works. It's a little bit longer of a process, but I find that writing very basic concepts of a scene in my journal and I look at it and I start to write, I can expand off of it, not necessarily going verbatim off of what I'm writing in my journal. I see the idea and then I can expand on it on my computer screen. And that helps me a lot because I get what's called blinking cursor syndrome. Sometimes I'm looking at my computer and I'm like,
It's mesmerizing.
And then everything.
You're not the only one to say that.
No.
No, when we stare at it, you have the blinking cursor syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually, I've seen people like write blogs about it. It's like, this is my writing process. Open a Word document, watch the blinking cursor, write, you should be writing. Go tweet.
Yeah, pretty much. I would do that when I was in college too. I'd have to like write what I used to call in elementary school a sloppy copy or an outline, sloppy copy outline on line paper, and then actually type it out.
So earlier today, while we were in the car, Jory was lamenting how she like doesn't ever get enough writing done, and she's like, I could never do that. I was like, Jory, you just did. We just did like a half an hour sprint, and you banged out how many words? And she was like, almost 1,000. I'm like, see, now if you did that, and that was only in half an hour. I was like, if you just did that like a few times a day for like a few weeks, you'd have a novel. Like, people keep saying that, I don't have the time to write, whatever. But we just did 7 writing sprints. Jory's got almost 10,000 words down. A novel is like 60,000 words or more. She could have that done in 6 days. If she really put her mind to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's how I do it. That's how I write so damn fast. Is because I just like, I sit down and I just go. I've done more than 10,000 words tonight. If I do that 12 times, I have a novel.
Boom.
I'm not gonna do it like that because that's hard. No one has that kind of stamina. Not even me. That's why I was in brain fog for the past 3 days. But don't sell yourself short. You can totally do that. It's
totes my goats.
You gotta what I gotta do is I literally have to shut down Chrome and remove it from my Rocket Talk because the moment my brain blanks, I click on it and then I tweet for like an hour.
I finally got Microsoft Office put back on my computer on Tuesday. And that actually has helped because I was using Google Docs, and let me tell you, as great as Google Docs is, it automatically saves. You're not going to lose it if your computer crashes. You just log into your Gmail account, whatever. But because you have those tabs open on the internet, it's so tempting to oh, let's check Tumblr. Oh, let's check Facebook. Oh, Twitter. Hey, Instagram. Oh, wait, Instagram's on my phone. Never mind. But still, that temptation is there. And so now that I have Microsoft Office back on my computer, I may have the internet open for one thing, that's for Word Hippo, but that is the only thing I have open. And that has helped a lot. And these sprints are actually really helpful, because I've never done word sprints specifically. I just go and write. But even then, if I just sit down and write, I get really distracted, because that's just how I am. Oh, shiny. Oh, let's go look at that. And even Sam mentioned this week I've been very, quote, distracty lately.
I've been really distracted lately.
I know, because even I haven't even done beta reading for Achillea, and I felt bad because I wasn't writing.
There were 6 days in a row when she comes back from work. She's like, I'm so excited to read! And she gets super distracted while she's reading. I can tell because I watch her cursor never move because I watch her read it.
Yeah.
And then she'll get 2 paragraphs in and she'll be like, dude, I'm super sleepy. I'm crashing. And I'm like, it took her a week to get through chapter 10.
Yeah, I know. It was bad.
I just really want her to get to the end so that I can discuss things with her.
I do. I might read tonight, actually, because then...
Well, we're done writing for the day.
Yeah.
We were fucking hardcore today.
I need to take a...
We're 18,000 words between the two of us. High five.
There we go.
Bro fist. Yeah.
Oh! Try again!
It was a dud. Fuddy-duddy.
That's what Baymax does in Big Hero 6, for those who haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
I love that movie.
Alright, so 19 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we should call it, or they're gonna get bored.
Okay. By the way, this is my Mr. Stay Puft stuffed animal, for those of you who are wondering.
Also, we're surrounded by mere dogs.
Yeah.
You can see that.
They give 0 fucks.
Those are our cheerleaders. By cheerleaders, I mean they fall asleep on the keyboard and
and
totally
they
interfere with
their
progress.
2 cents, plus signs and asterisks.
I actually have to watch that one because she likes to lay right there on the power button, and I'm afraid she's just gonna shut me down. Shut down! See, we're going crazy. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Way too much coffee, way too much words. Time to chill out. So, thanks everybody for watching this 20-minute video. We'll bring you another one tomorrow.
Yay!
Love you, Kay. Thanks. Bye.
Bye!